So this is the $255,000 re-entry. Look at all those names.
We got Greenwood,
Like the game?
Chidwick,
Wow. Okay. It's a nice casual moment to jump in here.
Dominic Nietzsche has pocket aces.
And we're gonna jump after the heads up. We're gonna jump straight into this event. So just so you guys know, don't go anywhere after the heads up ends. This rock test will continue for hours and hours with all these players.
Yeah, just give me a little preview as two players playing heads up take a small little break. Chidwick. This is no limit hold'em, raised under the gun. And got 3-bet from the big blind. This looks like massive strength.
Yeah, it really does.
Now, if the positions were like button and small blind, this could be like an all-in pre-flop confrontation, but that's why Chidwick is just calling here.
Nietzsche is pretty aggro from the big blinds, and it really plays into his advantage in this situation.
Percentage is only 19% in this game.
Yeah, what's going on?
So Dominic Nietzsche, pocket aces. Pretty good flop. He's probably not worried about pocket kings because his opponent didn't 4-bet him pre-flop.
Man, Chidwick always looks so regal at the poker table.
16,000. Opponent 3-bets you from the big blind. You got pocket jacks and 2 overs. He's representing ace, king, ace, queen type hands.
Yeah. And funny thing is, Nietzsche's probably not too stoked about this board either.
Yeah, he's a little bit worried because his opponent could easily have pocket queens,
Yeah.
king, queen, pocket fives. Your Chidwick with pocket jacks. Nice laydown.
Classic John. Classic.
Looks like the shot clock is in this tournament too. I like it. So 4-way to the flop. Paul flopping best with king jack. Greenwood, middle pair. He's gonna check. It makes sense for him to be careful on this board texture. Chidwick, just a pair of threes in position. He thinks that his opponents look pretty weak to check to him, so he's actually going to take a stab here. 5,500. Gets one better hand to fold. Paul Foy's got top pair, king kicker. I don't think he's going anywhere. So he is going to check call here. Top pair gets Greenwood to fold. Another better hand. Turns a 5 of diamonds. No diamond with Paul Foy. It's a scary card. His opponent could have like 7-8, could have a flush. Chidwick. He must have known that one of his opponents was likely to call this flop 4 ways. Turns a diamond. He doesn't think his opponent has a flush because he checked. So he's going for a big bet here, 20,000. Paul Foy, king jack. It's a tough spot. His opponent could easily have a flush. He'd be drawing dead. His opponent could have a set. His opponent could have 7-8. Hands he beat is probably like king queen with only 1 diamond. Queen 10. It's going to make another call. Chidwick got 25%. River card is a king, so 2 pair for Paul Foy. Top 2. Paul here checks again. He's got to love this river card in case he was behind against a hand like Jack 9. Chidwick. He sees the king. He knows the king is a scare card, usually for like ace jack, queen jack, jack 10. Might be very tempted to bet here. He might not think his opponent has a flush or a set because he didn't bet or raise the flop. He bets again, 45,000. Paul Foy, 2 pair. He's worried about... There's a lot of big hands out there, but then again, he's got 2 pair. Chidwick on a big bluff here. So this is a 30-second shot clock tournament. Paul Foy has used 1 time extension. Gets another 30 seconds. He thinks his opponent has a flush a lot. This is 4-way to the flop, so makes the call. Paul Foy.
Why everyone trying to bluff me?
Everyone trying to bluff Paul
Never
Foy.
works.
I never fold.
Never works, but everyone trying to.
Greenwood with pocket aces.
Right, 4,000.
Gonna make it 4,000. Chen in the small blind's got pocket kings. Wow. This is sick. They're playing pretty deep, but and if you got such an aggressive image,
Right.
this is the dream with pocket kings. Greenwood's gotta love this. This is a 255,000 USD dollar buy-in. This is a situation where you're loving it. You're sitting there with pocket aces. You get 3-bet by your opponent. You just want to keep making it
45.
bigger and bigger
Right.
so your opponent can hopefully get it all in pre-flop with you. 45,000. James Chen with pocket kings. I think he's worried, thinking about how can I get the most value. Probably doesn't think he's behind. Oh, pocket kings. This is so early in the tournament too.
Call.
Chen's going to make the call. It's a little bit of safety as well as setting a trap, because if Greenwood is bluffing, he wants to keep those bluffs in there. 93,000 in the middle. Queen, queen, 10. So it might stop some betting post flop.
Check.
Hands like king, queen suited are possible, even though it is a 4-bet pot. Pocket queens, but there's already 2 queens on the board. Pocket 10s is reasonable. It's one of those boards where it's quite scary. To Greenwood with pocket aces. $93,000 chips in the middle. He's going to reach for chips. Oh, he only bets 15,000. James Chen here. Pocket kings. He's trying to read into why did Greenwood bet 15,000. If he was bluffing, would he put more chips in the middle? Would Greenwood play ace-king this way?
Call.
Just calls here. No reason to raise. If your opponent is bluffing, you want to let him continue. If you're behind, you don't want to bloat the pot. Turn is a 5.
Check.
So James Chen checks. So action is on Greenwood. He 4-bet pre-flop to 45,000. He bet the flop 15,000. Just trying to figure out what Chen has. He's going to reach for more chips. 40,000.
40,000.
120,000 in the middle. That's about a third of the pot. If you're Chen here, you might be suspicious your opponent has aces, or possibly 4-bet a hand like ace-queen and got there. Then again, who folds pocket kings? So he makes another call. There's 203,000 in the middle. River's a king. James Chen makes a full house. He checks. Sam Greenwood. He 4-bet this pre-flop. He bet the flop. He bet the turn. And now it's to him on the river, trying to decide what hands would call a river bet here. Sam Greenwood, pocket aces. What a sick river card. Checks it back. James Chen's going to show him pocket kings. That's going to bring James Chen to the chip lead. Wow.
Paul Foy here, out of position. Wow. Look at this. Wow, that's a big raise too. 40,000. 6,000? I'll make it 40. And Tank is going to be in a pretty tough spot here. I love these moves. This is not your typical high roller tournament, what you see here.
你啦，很爽哦。哎，11、11、12。
12萬。
This is so annoying when you're Tank.
後邊。
But
5萬，5萬一，5萬10。
hey, he makes the call.
11、12。
Great call. Oh, it's like, what is it, 75? 50? No, it's only 40. That's the 10 of clubs. That gives him a backdoor flush draw. Flush draw is much easier to hit in No Limit Hold'em than in Triton. There's 4 more clubs in the deck. And Paul's out of position now, and that's why he made it so big. He really just wanted to pot right there. He's gonna have to make a really tough decision now. Wow! What a move!
12萬係咪？
That is incredible. Paul all in for 2.5 times the pot with 7 high. Oh man, can we do this every week?
Can you stop the clock? He's counting the chips.
You see, he's trolling now. Yeah, it's okay. We're all in for 2.5 times pot and a 255k buy-in. I'm still making jokes. It's okay. I'm fine.
4萬。
Wow.
Wow. Fuck.
I hear you. What a turn. If this is not a club, it's such an easy hand to get away from. What a move by Paul Foy. Yeah.
呢個係30秒定1分鐘啊？30。
你而家用咗一粒咯。
2.5 times pot all in. It's okay. I mean, I would even be scared to be playing with my chips so close to the line, being afraid somebody's gonna claim a call. Obviously not gonna happen in these events, but...
Full.
Wow.
How many
Did he just turn a card over? You see Ivey just call with queens in the cutoff. Wow. Leo outflops them. He hits a Set of threes.
I mean, it's the same.
Three
it's always
clubs
gonna
on the
be
board,
like
though.
Like the Super Bowl is the first Sunday in February, so it'll always be. It'll
Here,
always
Ivey
kinda
here,
like
pocket
Sam
queens. You gotta
Darnold
think you got the
just
best
turn out
hand.
to be that way, 'cause everybody, you get a lot of randoms in Vegas at that time.
Ivey and Leo bottom set. Does he want to check raise or check call? Just gonna call.
He really knows how to switch gears well.
Yeah, if you're Ivey here, you see someone check call you, you're feeling pretty good about your hand. A lot of players would raise a set on this board because it's 3 clubs.
Is it? What do you like about it?
So Jack on a turn, not a good card for Ivey. A lot of people would check call like Jack 10, Queen Jack on the flop, so he goes check check. The card's a 10. Well, Ivy's got a lot of chips there.
He overbets.
60,000.
It's never easy. I mean, you check the turn behind to pot control to keep the pot small, and then you're just facing almost a 2 times pot size bet.
This guy's bloating the pot. Phil Ivey, he knows when he checks back the turn on a jack, it doesn't look like he's got a jack. So he can, someone can really put pressure on. It makes a lot of sense. You would want to bet a jack on a turn because it's 3 clubs. Phil Ivey looking for a small pot, got a huge pot somehow.
When they moved the US Pro Cup, if we get a Super Rollerball Australia, we could move the Super Roll.
Time bank chip used.
I like it.
Ivey and Leo. Oh, it's like, you know this guy likes to bluff.
After the World Series. Nah, that's too close. That's really close.
Super suspicious, but then again, you're like, oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Ivan, show him the set. Show him the full house.
Great bet. Leo's 3-betting Ivey now from the small blind with 7-6 offsuit. This is something we rarely ever see somebody do to Phil Ivey.
And he's not even making it that big. He's just like, you know, I just want to, I know you're at Phil Ivey, but I'm Ivan Leo. I'm just going to punish you. Look at this flop. Ivan Leo doesn't have anything, but when you 3-bet someone from the small blind, you look like you've got ace, king, kings, queens, those types of hands. Going to fire here. 14,500.
What?
Probably just call anything.
We got pocket 3s here.
That guy. It seems like if there's 3 bets,
Wow, Ivy's going to make the call here. A pair of 3s.
I should have gambled more on that one too. You should have gambled more.
Oh, he turns a 3.
My God. Ivey returning the favor here. Makes a very loose call on the flop.
This is back-to-back boats with 3s full of jacks. So Ivan 3-bets, bets the flop. Trying to think, okay, what kind of hands does my opponent call with? It's going to fire more chips in here. 30,000. I mean, to be fair, if Ivy's calling pocket 3s on a flop, it's calling like 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, and 8s, and they would fold to a double barrel.
Yeah, for sure. There's also going to be some king queen, some queen 10 in there.
Yep, exactly. So river card's a deuce. It's exact blank. So Ivan gives up. Once you bet twice, the hands you're trying to get to fold out probably aren't there. Gives his opponent a jack or an ace usually.
That's what I like about shorthand. You get to spew every hand. You're required to spew.
It's a really loose call on the flop, but his read was good. Say whatever he wants. Ivy's calling with a plan there. Really pleased with how many people have tuned in. I think I speak for both me and Nanonoko on that one. My name is Lex Veldhuis. My partner in crime here, Randy Nanonoko Lou. You can follow Randy at Nanonoko on Twitter. I stream myself on Twitch as well. Sikorsky. 10 Schwen. This is about as loose as it gets to have 5-3 suited. He has almost 800,000. His aggression is really paying off. He's a little bit more contained in his aggression than what we saw from Ivey and Leo, but he's also just making hands. I mean, Ivey and Leo 3-bet 7-6 offsuit under the, out of position. But we saw Schwen 3-bet 8-6 offsuit against Steven Chilwick. So maybe the difference really is that just they're making some hands, but look at this flop. 10 Schwen here with a straight draw and a flush draw. This is just a massive, massive flop. Sikorsky also got to be pretty pleased about this. Schwen usually likes to announce his bet sizes right before the buzzer goes off. Yeah, Sikorsky is just gonna call. Pretty much his only option. Raising will be overplaying his hands. He's got to feel pretty good at this moment, but 55% favorite is 10 Schwen.
What do you ask?
2 pair. Wow. This could be trouble for either one of them, really. I do think that Schwen, if he bets the turn, he's just gonna get a call from Sikorsky. Sikorsky really doesn't want to overplay his hand, but who knows? These guys must have had history. I know that they played Triton Hold'em against each other on multiple occasions. Both of these guys, big cash game players in that. And you're gonna take that experience with you in a different game. A check here from Schwen. Very interesting. We kind of see people automatically bet these hands, but it's really cool to have some of that as a check as well. $31,000, so about half pot. Now the question is, how strong does Schwen think Sikorsky is here? If he thinks that Sikorsky might be betting something weak, maybe wants to check back on the river, maybe he's making a move, there's still a possibility Sikorsky has a hand like ace-5, but could he even think that maybe if I go all in, I make him fold a hand like queen-10 or king-queen?
You go all in?
Wow. Yeah, he's not gonna get rid of this hand. This is not the hand that Sikorsky wants to see. He's really hoping that he's up against aces or kings here. Lots of outs. Any ace, 6 or diamond will do it. Apart from the jack of diamonds, that is. Wow. Massive pot there. Sikorsky holding.
15张2次。
Yeah, that's sometimes a problem. When you see the straight and the flush draw, you already think, wow, this is amazing, but it still needs to get there. I really like the check raise. The problem was also, if you check all the draw there, then if your opponent checks any kind of bluff on the river, you have the nut low. I mean, 5-3 is the nut low. The absolute worst hand you can have. So the check raise all in, really cool move to employ. Jetton's still hovering around at 560k. He's been at that almost all day. Well, we know 10 Schwen might be in trouble again. He has a 10. There's a possibility he has 2 10s. But he seems to take the aggressive route with strong hands. Jeton has been on an absolute roll. See him hit a lot of hands when he enters the pot. Got fourth in the $127,000 Triton hold'em for 800,000. He's trying to improve on that result, or at least do the same. He's on his first bullet. I can't even imagine what the min cash in this tournament is going to be. If we have a $450,000 bubble in a 127K event, then what is this going to be? Sikorsky thought about it. I'm not going to do it. These guys are still super deep, over 100 big blinds. It's a big bet, by the way. Wow. I really want to know what Schwann's other card is here. Two really rough hands in a row. We're just going to assume. Very interesting lead here from Schwann. Wait, so I think I missed something there. I think I missed the flop raise. My bad, sorry guys, but let's just see what this pot brings. Jeton's just gonna raise it to 120. So, alright, so I'm not entirely sure if the chips are correct. So it does look like Jeton just bet the flop. I don't think he bet 80,000. Alright, so I didn't miss anything because that's what threw me off. It's like 80,000. That's such a big bet. Must have been a raise. Yeah, that's a time card. Sorry guys, just a little bit confused there. Wow, really tough spot for Schwann. I really want to know that other cards. I mean, regardless of what it is, this is a very tough decision. He knows Jeton is pretty tight though. Jeton has been pretty snug in all events. Of course, it's just a good style to have as well. Gives him a little smile. There's no way you can get away from this, right? What? No. That is incredible. I cannot believe he sniffed that one out. I'm speechless, like my mouth is hanging open. I cannot believe he folded a 10 there. That is, I'm just amazed. You don't see folds like that. Schwann just continues to amaze us.
Ask a second time what you meant, you know, that they didn't understand it. Just say, okay, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think it's like the service culture here is also like deferential. Come on over. Bring it on over.
I think we got it.
And that's gonna be the problem. It's really hard to get value from hands like that
Time, you know? That's why I'm always asking.
if you're on the tighter side.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, lad.
A blinds up. Can I have exactly the same? Same thing with a rise and... Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Phil, do you mind?
That's gonna be an absolute nightmare. If Peter Jetten finds out there what Chen folded, he's gonna be hitting his head over that pot for hours.
I wonder if my call is good in the first place. That is spade. King doesn't do much, right? King is...
I mean, you don't see people make folds like that. Alright, so we got a 3-bet here from Nick Schulman in the small blinds. We have James Chen in the big blind considering this.
Doesn't really do anything.
Wow, he 4-bets. Sam Greenwood though. I don't think he's gonna go anywhere, guys. Lots of money in the pot here, 127,000.
Queen, yeah, I have a couple.
Yeah, but snap caller. Can't just only have
About 355 behind.
And kings are as good as sixes.
Kings are better than six.
Some spots, yeah, I don't have a six.
Yeah, I had king 7, but with the...
This is a situation where you might have to invest some... wow, he goes! I was gonna say invest some time cards to make it look like a decision.
But yeah, the spade doesn't do much.
Wow, yeah, that hurts. That hurts. What a moment for Greenwood to have ace king.
But it's small, but...
And alright, so the river here. Oh my god, Chen in another really tough spot. Trip jacks against the nut straight. What a river. Wow, Chen is very unlucky at this moment. This is a few very brutal hands in a row for him. I mean, if you're Chen here, you just think to yourself, what is going on here? How many tough situations am I going to be in? Chipwick's very alarmed. I think he's saying pull in the bets. I want to know how much I have to call or what the odds are or something. No time cards. Yeah, I mean, I can't blame him. It's a miracle that he still has him left. I still can't believe he folded that to Peter Jetten. It's... So if you think all the way till the end, if you don't have any shock lock cards left, then your hand is dead. Wow, okay. Alright. Best player in the world. I'm calling it. Best no-limit player in the world. You just can't. At a certain point of frustration will set in with so many players. But it just doesn't with him. He just keeps making incredible reads. You know, nine's a really strong hand. Pachakowski's really aggressive. So when he looks down at nines, he thinks, well, this is actually a lot better than the average hand I open. I will not be pushed around with this. Ooh.
Ooh. So both players flopping a straight draw. Sikorsky if he makes a straight, would actually make a bigger straight than Bad Sikorsky if a 10 hits.
I mean, this is one of the flops you really hope for when you have a hand like Jack 9.
Yeah. And it's one of the flops you hope for when you got pocket 9s in the 3-bet pot. So Bad Sikorsky. Wow, he's leading into Pogorsky. This is one of those boards where you expect ace king and ace queen to check back a lot, so Bad Sikorsky is trying to stop his opponent from checking back and getting a free card against his pocket 9s.
Hi. Can I see a menu, please?
So Pogorsky thinking, should he play this aggressively or just call in position? Wow, look, he just shoves all his chips like.
Is it all in or?
Is that all in?
Yeah, I 2K behind.
I love the way
Just
Getting away, but
Pogorsky touches his chips.
Not getting away?
no. Seems like I'm not.
I love how he just responds. Nobody does that. Look at the way Pogorsky's sitting. What a character. Calls.
Nuts.
Nuts.
Well, he can make the nuts, actually. He hits a 10.
Before your career card's over, nuts. Oh man, what a character.
So he has 43% chance not to get eliminated here. Turn card is a king. Pogorsky has 25% chance to stay in this tournament.
It's not gonna do it.
Eliminated. Bad Sikorsky, 1.6 million defending champion.
Yeah, always sad to see Pogorsky go because of moments just like that. And Sikorsky now. There we go. Here's some of the chip counts for you. We have our table chip leader, also defending champion. You heard it, the reigning defending champion. He has 3 million chips, 100 big blinds thereabouts. Mikita Bachakowski, followed closely by Sergio Ido. Also with exactly 3 million, that's impressive actually. And then Jason Koon with exactly 2.5. Is this what's going on here? These are some exact chip counts that really satisfies my OCD brain. Richard Young in fourth with 2.4 million, Sam Greenwood with 1.7, and our short stack Weilong Chen has 35 big blinds still with 1 million. So there's a lot to play for today, and there's a lot of play still in this tournament.
It's a nice conversation they're having about two tips. Ido, Queen Jack suited, is going to open here. He is in second place, possibly tied Bad Sikorsky. Greenwood picks up Ace King again.
Like you said, it looks really strong as well because you're racing into the two chip leaders, Bachakowski and Ido, both have 3 million. It's gonna look incredibly strong to just disregard that fact. Starts re-raising them, but it doesn't matter, you have to do it sometimes.
So Greenwood is going to 3-bet the Ace King.
Thank you. Oh, yep, no problem.
This is 6-handed. Bad Sikorsky picks up King Queen again.
Wow.
Back to back, but this time there's a raise and a 3-bet in front of him. Just gonna lay it down. Sergio Ido, Queen Jack suited. It's a reasonable hand to play. It's out of position. He knows he's a big stack, and he's getting 3-bet by not the shortest stack. So he is slightly worried. He knows Greenwood's aggressive, so just gonna make the call here. Ido flops top pair, Greenwood. In this same spot, he bet 100,000 last time. I wonder if he will do it again.
Yeah, Queen High flops notoriously tough to play when you have Ace King.
Yeah, the type of hands your opponents will call with are king, queen, ace, queen. Very queen heavy. Action on Greenwood. Going to bet 100,000 again. So he makes the call. Turn card's a 10, gives Greenwood extra outs. He could hit a jack. So here's Sam Greenwood here, thinking maybe my opponent has like pocket nines, pocket eights. Maybe I can bet again and get those hands to fold. He's going to reach for a little bit of chips here. 400,000.
It's a really good barrel spot if you want to get some fold equity, because also you just gain some outs, yeah. And this is a really tough call normally when you have an underpair.
Sergio Ido does have top pair. Does know his opponent would likely multi-barrel ace king, king jack type hand, so he isn't going to fold. 1.5 million in the middle. Your card's a jack.
Wow.
Sergio Ido makes top 2 pair. Greenwood makes the nut straight.
What a card. Greenwood has a perfect all-in amount left.
Yeah, he has about 75% of the pot remaining. If he was to bluff, what size would he use? That's what he's thinking about. Using 1 shot clock. Greenwood with the nuts in the tank. He's gonna reach for, that's all the chips.
What a decision.
Wow, so Sergio Ido, it's 1.19 million. If he calls and is wrong, he goes down to the bottom 2 stacks.
He just has to wonder to himself, also, would my opponent value bet here with aces or kings?
Yeah, would he make this sizing with aces and kings? That's the question he's going through. Is it only like trips plus?
Yeah.
This is a very tough spot. He knows his opponent would likely multi-barrel ace king here. Wow, if he can get away from this one. Like he was happy to see the jack, now he's a little bit sick about it. Sergio trying to think about what his hand looks like. Does it look weak where he feels he needs to call? Be very hard for a hand like king queen and ace queen to call or shove here, for example. So maybe he's thinking he's trying to move him off of a hand like that.
Yeah. So many hands you can also discount from Greenwood's play there. I don't think he's gonna bet a 10 on the turn. He's not gonna shove a jack as a bluff on the river. There's too much at stake for that.
You gotta respect this tank with top 2 pair.
Yeah.
He is behind. Sergio Ido in the tank still. Use 3 time bank chimps. That's 4 time bank chips.
It'd be devastating to a stack if he loses this one. And like you said, like props to him for taking this long, and we still don't know what he's gonna do either.
Yeah, I mean, I can really see him folding and calling. They're
Yeah.
both seem okay to me. This is some high-level poker right here. If he can get away from this.
What an incredible fold!
Sergio Ido showing you why he's one of the best in the game. Folds top 2 pair.
You guys getting started off in here now.
That was
Real
amazing.
fast.
Play those hands, and at the same time, your good hands are going to get more value, so you can tighten up a little bit. Aces for the chip leader. Chen with tens. Wow, we've seen Sikorsky play so aggressive pre-flop. Gets really good cards. You got a feel for Chen in this spot. Tens is such a strong hand. He has 25 big blinds here.
Wow, pocket tens is like, how do you get away? You're at a short stack. You know you need a chip up. The chip leader is 3-betting you. All in and a call.
Wow.
Aces versus tens.
What a setup.
Weilong Chen is at risk. 19% chance to hit a 10. Or he'll be our 6th place finisher. Oh,
Wow.
Flops a 10.
8 of clubs. Or let's just put
Sikorsky.
chop chop. Chop chop. 8. No
Turn
chop.
card is a 5. Sikorsky needs an ace to eliminate Weilong Chen. Card is an 8 of clubs.
Needed that in the team.
Chen is gonna double up. There is no short stack left in this tournament, really.
Everybody's so even now. Wow, this is a rough blow to the other players at the table.
Everyone at this final table is very good. Mikita Sikorsky is the defending champion in the main event. He won this event in Montenegro for $2.5 million US. He's in contention to win it again. He is the tournament chip leader.
Look at these hands. Wow.
Everyone has a piece.
And Ido has 30 big blinds. Who knows what he can do here? He
Yeah.
knows that Sikorsky's going to come along a lot in that position.
He might think that Sikorsky is weak just to flat call. He might discount him from ever really being able to call a re-raise.
Here's the short stack.
He knows he needs to chip up. Just gonna call here. It's gonna save him. Weilong Chen was the tournament short stack. Now doing pretty well. It's got pocket kings.
25% of his stack is already out there.
He's trying his best to make it look like this is a squeeze. 450,000. Young makes a disciplined fold of king queen suited. Ace queen. That's a pretty tough spot. Got like the best non-premium premium hand.
Yeah.
Can he get away from ace queen? Gonna make the call here. Sergio Ido, ace-jack suited. He can't be liking this squeeze and a call in front of him.
Yeah. And it's also two people fighting, you know, if Chen gets knocked out, that would be huge for Ido.
Yeah, he is thinking about that. Well, maybe someone else will lose a lot of chips here and I can get some pay jumps. He's got good pot odds, a good hand. It's a lot to think about. He's gonna make the correct laydown.
He's been making some great folds today, Ido.
Chen versus Bodziakowski. They did go to war with the 10s and aces earlier. Pretty safe flop for Chen.
Bodziakowski has the ace of diamonds, something to consider.
Chen knows if he would 3-bet bluff pre-flop, he would continuation bet this flop. He's going to fire 450,000, 475. So that ace of diamonds, like you said, it's very tempting to peel flop. Turns the nut flush draw. While you're Chen here. You've only got 1.2 million chips left. You might be tempted just to shove all in.
Yeah, a lot of hands like nines. Nines with a diamond, jacks with a diamond. They're all going to be so tempted to call here.
You don't want to give a free card. You don't have that many chips left. The pot is huge. Try your best to price out your opponent from a draw. You're out of position.
Count, please.
And he is all in, just like you predicted.
Bodziakowski probably doesn't ever think he's ahead. When you're holding the ace of diamonds, that means your opponent cannot be shoving like the ace of diamonds with a jack of clubs. It's just not possible. So he knows he's behind. He's trying to figure out, does he have the odds to make this call?
If he loses this spot, he's going to be down to the short stack.
And that's very, very important, especially on a final table where there's pay jumps. It's costing him 1.2 million, 3.3 in the middle, almost 3 to 1.
I think what might be the key factor here is Bodziakowski needs to figure out if his queen is good. If his queen is good, then he probably has the odds to call. If it doesn't, not with the pay jumps and the fact that he'll lose his position as a big stack.
Sometimes his opponent has 2 diamonds himself, so he would have even less outs than he thinks. Bodziakowski in another tough spot here. Everyone else is just saying, please call him, please call him.
Yeah, whatever happens is good for the rest of the table if he calls.
There's 2 time bank chips. These time bank chips are coming quite important in this final table. They will not get any more. 30 more seconds for Bodziakowski, currently almost 2 minutes in the tank.
You might think, well, he's getting 3 to 1, he has 25%, he can make this call, but it's so important to manage your chip amount at the final table, to not be the short stack, to not lose the room that you have.
He makes
Wow.
the call with ace queen.
That is a gigantic call.
Bodzikowski only has 25%. If he loses this hand, he's the short stack. If he wins this hand, he's a big chip leader. Weilong Chen is at risk. 25% chance to stay in the tournament. River card's a 4.
Wow.
Weilong Chen is going to get a huge double. Now all of the pressure is on Makita and Ido. Richard Young's been cruising along. Sergio Ido, ace queen. Sitting on 28 big blinds. Gonna go with this limping strategy in the cutoff. Wow. Jason Koon picks up ace king in the big blind. This will be very interesting after Ido just calls.
Man.
I want you to keep in mind that in this similar spot here, Koon raised 9-8 suited. Ido probably knows this by now.
True.
It's been enough time.
And here we also see Ido make that nice play where he limps really strong as well.
So Ido might actually feel like he's trapping here. I would not fault him if he rejams over this raise coming.
300.
I mean, even if Ido would have raised and Koon shoves, Ido's probably just going to call. That's how strong ace queen is in this situation. What a gigantic cooler here.
300,000. Koon is making it even bigger than last time. And this would commit Ido a lot more. I don't see how Ido can just open fold pre-flop.
Yeah, no.
That would be amazing if he did. All in from Sergio Ido. Perfect sizing from Koon to get him to reshove. Calls.
That is really rough.
Sergio Ido at risk. He was in second place going into day 3 with 3 million chips. Could be the first one out today.
Big moments.
23% chance to hit a queen.
I like that they put some bricks of cash there.
Yeah. Got a feel for Ido. He made some great laydowns. Here comes a flop. Sergio Ido has 2% chance to stay in this tournament. Cannot be loving this. Turn is a 3. Sergio Ido's eliminated in 6th place. He's going to win 826,000 US dollars. Very well played. He made some big laydowns. Unfortunately, the cards did not go his way. Jason Koon finishes him off.
Yeah, I had queen 9 suited.
He's got to be disappointed, but
I gave like, that's right.
sometimes cards just don't go your way.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, calls and tries to trap Chen before the flop. Flop's a monster.
Gonna take a stab here. He thinks that Chen wouldn't put him on an ace. Chen makes the call here with queen 7 high. So he's played a perfect plan. Got his opponent to call with nothing. So Bodzikowski might actually put Chen on like an 8 a lot to call. So it wouldn't surprise me if he keeps betting.
It's always interesting to see what people do, you know, like Bodzikowski shows weakness pre-flop, strength on the flop, and then it's always interesting to see how he progresses through the hand. Is he gonna take it you know, step off the gas somewhere? Is he gonna try to appear weak? Is he gonna try to appear so strong that his opponent thinks he's weak? These are the little situations that make all the difference.
Wow. Chen is raising here. You know, when you call such a weak hand on a flop, sometimes you're looking to make a move. This is definitely not going to work. He thinks Bodziakowski has like an 8 trying to get some value.
Yeah.
You might also think Bodziakowski has a hand like King 5 that would bet the flop and turn some equity and bet again that would fold to a raise as well.
I mean, it's just the plan worked out exactly what Bodziakowski's trying to achieve here.
Yeah, Bodziakowski tried to make it look like he wouldn't have an ace because a lot of people with this small stack would just raise in the small blind pre-flop. So that's why he bets out in the flop. He thinks his opponent won't think he's got an ace. River card is an 8. I don't really see how Chen can continue on the river. His opponent has limped, bet the flop, bet the turn, and called a raise. Chen probably puts his opponent on an ace, sometimes an 8 at this point. Oh, he's gonna block bet 200,000.
There's that bet again. This is such an interesting thing. Just seeing this and what he accomplishes with it.
He thinks that Chen will check back like ace X because the 8 is a scary card. So it blocks bets. It stops his opponent from making a big bluff against his stack size. I would say that he doesn't want some hero checks a lot of time.
Yeah.
Chen somehow has a big pot in front of him, Queen 7 offsuit. It's in the tank here. Almost 1 minute in the tank. 10-second warning.
Whoa, he's shoving all in.
Wow. Wai Long Chen shoves all in here with Queen 7. He's figured out, well,
Wow.
he just doesn't think Bodziakowski is strong. He would never play an 8 this way. Which, to be fair, probably is true.
True.
Chen looks strong on the turn. Chen has been playing solid throughout this whole tournament. He has not made one of these kind of bluffs.
That's true, yeah.
This should get a lot of credit. But then again, Bodziakowski is thinking, I've got ace-queen. He doesn't know I have ace-queen. Some part of Bodziakowski is thinking, does he ever do this with like ace-10 for value? If the answer is a yes, then he'd probably come to a conclusion to make a call, but wow, this is the final table, final 5. He hasn't seen this guy make a big bluff yet.
Yeah, Chen is flying under the radar, and you're right, he never shows a propensity to do something like this.
So when you don't ever make a big bluff, that's when you should be making a bluff because it's going to get so much credit. This is a sick play. 2 time bank chips have been used. He's got 3 remaining. Well, I think he's going to use all of his shot clocks on this tournament.
Yeah,
I mean, this decision is the biggest decision. This is the boldest play we've seen. Every time we've seen a shove before has been value. Wai Long Chen, insane play. Is the chip leader against the short stack. Another time bank chip.
Oh, he's struggling. Bodziakowski bets the flop, calls a raise on the turn, bets again on the river. He's representing so much strength himself.
Yeah, when you represent strength and your opponent represents more strength, it's super scary. He has one more time extension. A minute left he can think, and he's out. Wojciechowski needs to do some soul reading quick. Ten-second warning. If the buzzer goes off one more time, he has 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds to make his decision. This is it.
At 0, his hand is dead.
Nikita really just looking for any reads he can get, staring down his opponent. Chan's just thinking, oh gosh, please fold. Time is running out. Nikita, 10-second warning. He makes the call. Wow.
I have to show cards. He has no. Show boss. Show cards. Can you show the card?
Wow.
Wow.
Sick. And Nikita Wojciechowski uses all of his time bank chips.
So 5.
Wow.
Makes one of the biggest calls of the tournament.
That's the hardest I've seen him sweat so far. And everybody's so even now again.
1.8.
Back to the Wojciechowski show now.
$4.10. Yeah.
So Nikita Wojciechowski with ace-7 suited opens under the gun. Jason Koon going at him with ace-6 of diamonds.
Oh, Wojciechowski makes the call.
Well, Wojciechowski calling with ace-7 suited. Seems to know where Jason Koon is at. This is definitely not an easy call.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh my god, what an action board.
All right, so Jason Koon flops an open-ended straight draw. Wojciechowski flops a straight draw and a flush draw.
So Koon needs a 7 or a deuce for a straight. Wojciechowski can only win with a 6.
$230.
230,000. I wonder if Wojciechowski wants to consider making an aggressive play here. He's got a lot of equity, a lot of outs. Can easily get a better hand to fold like ace-king or ace-queen if he was to make a raise. Does have position. Let's see what develops.
He would be a favorite against a hand like kings or queens.
Yeah, slightly.
All in.
All in. I like the play. He's trying to get hands like ace-king to fold.
Koon in another tough spot. Yeah, scoping out to see how hard he wants to gamble for this.
Jason Koon here. Gonna make the
Wow.
call. Oh, he's in terrible shape. He doesn't realize it. Jason Koon thought he was up against a flush draw that was like queen high or king high. Jason Koon at risk, needs to hit a deuce or a 7. No club though. Jason Bazikowski got his chips in again. Turn card is a queen. One more card to go for Jason Koon.
Holy shit, your 7's live to play. How's that possible?
You're allowed to play.
Yeah.
Comes a river card. The card's a 5.
That's it.
Jason Koon eliminated from the tournament in 5th place.
A7 high holds.
A7 high beats A6 high. Eliminated in 5th place.
Very frustrating tournament for Jason.
He seems frustrated.
Okay, good luck, man.
Cashes for 1,080,000 there. He was in 2nd place at one point.
Flop, I just thought I was like, you chop unless you improve. And I was like, no.
Bazikowski ace-8 under the gun, 4-handed.
160.
Got a min raise here. Greenwood of king-9. He is running out of big blinds. He's only got 6. He might think king-9 is the best hand. We saw him shove jack-9 suited earlier.
On.
He's going to make the shove. Quick call from Bazikowski. Greenwood at risk, 40% to stay in the tournament.
Part of me actually wants you to win this one.
Parts of me.
Part of me wants me to win this one.
Greenwood needs a king or a 9. He's going to be a 4th place finisher here.
Jack.
Turn card is a
Now I need
10.
the jack.
Greenwood can now hit a jack
Like
to
on a
make a
Triton, you should
straight.
be allowed to be sweating in the river yourself. Yeah. Face down. Face down.
There's something.
River card is an 8, so Greenwood's eliminated in 4th place for 1.471 million USD.
Thank you.
Great game by Sam Greenwood. Played excellently.
Yeah, he played excellent. You got to be pretty happy with 4th place. Still a good result. Everyone is getting a $700,000 pay jump. Everyone is guaranteed 2.13 million US dollars right now. The pay jump is 1.1 million.
Wow.
You're from Malaysia as well, right?
What chips?
I've got chips. You got a good team. 2 players.
Okay, so here's a look at the prizes. 41,250,000 for first. That's 5.2 million USD. Everyone guaranteed at least 2.1 million USD right now. 3 players remaining. Defending champ is the chip leader. Oh man, this is a cooler.
Wow.
Small blind versus big blind. Richard Young and Bazikowski. Ace Queen versus Ace King. What a dream scenario.
Ace Queen 3-handed feels like pocket queens in a normal table.
I feel like Ace Queen feels like he's trapping right now too.
Yeah.
He's just screaming for Bazikowski to make a play at him. Makita might think Yang is quite strong here. Going to 3-bet. 500,000.
All in.
All in a call. Ace Queen versus Ace King. Richard Yang is now at risk. Needs to hit a queen, or he'll be a third place finisher. Both players flopping an ace. Richard Yang needs a queen. Turn card is an 8, and only a queen will save Richard Yang, or he will be in third place.
It's a 10.
GG for Richard Yang. Third place, cashes for $2,130,000. You got to give it to him. He also got third place in event number 4 for $1.1 million. This is a good week for Richard Yang.
Yeah, great week, great performance. I think he adjusted well to the aggression at the table and just waiting it out, because that's what you have to do when there's shorter stacks at the table.
So we are going to go into heads-up play. Mikita Badziakowski, defending champ, versus Weilong Chen. Heads up for 2 million USD difference. Pocket sixes. Wow, this looks like a cooler.
Oh, wow.
Ace Queen. No matter what happens, the money is going all in pre-flop. Whether he traps, whether he raises. This is a slam dunk all in with pocket sixes. All in. Snap call. So it's going to be pocket sixes versus ace queen. Chen is the slight favorite, 54%.
It's a coin flip.
Makita can win this tournament back to back if he can hit an ace or a queen. He is the defending champ. Weilong Chen at risk here. Comes a flop.
Wow, what a window cards.
10% for Chen.
It's one of the 2 remaining 6s, or 8 and a 9.
That's a blank. One more card before Mikita Badziakowski can be the main event champion again, back to back.
That's
It's over.
it. We have a champion, Mikita Badziakowski. He's gonna win $5.2 million back-to-back main events. What a player, huh?
Yeah, back to back. He wins 2.5 million in Montenegro, wins 5.2 million in the main event here in Jeju. Back-to-back main event champion. Weilong Chen, a good result.
Badziakowski.
It's okay, give up.
First world problems.
3.25 million for Weilong Chen. Excellent result. But man, you got to give it to Mikita Badziakowski here. Excellent play.
Yeah, he's just an absolute beast. He's one of the best no-limit hold'em players in the world. He crushed cash games. I mean, he even does really well at Triton hold'em.
Jeju. We already had the same photo in Montenegro. Me, you, and girls. There was no girls, there was some other
Me, you, and girls.
He is such a friendly guy.
Yeah,
You
great
know it.
character.
And you know he loves the game. He thinks about the game all the time. You know, he hasn't played a video game since he was 10 years old, maybe, he said. I mean, this is a poker machine. Cash game specialist, tournament specialist.
I think that we're gonna see a lot from Mikita in the future as well, as if what he's done so far isn't enough, but this guy is gonna go down as one of the best poker players we've ever seen.
Guaranteed best. He cashes for 5.2 million USD. That is like half of his current tournament on live winnings. He had 11.4 before, now it's like 16 million.
Wow.